Hi. We're here today in open studio at BCTV, and we're going to be talking about hospice and a special event that's being planned. With me, I have Karen Abel, who is a board member of Hospice, Patty Pusey, also a board member of Hospice and owner of Sharer Hill Farms. Say that for me. Sharer Hill Farms, Bed and Breakfast over in Halifax. And Deshay Peacock, who is host and producer of her own TV show on BCTV and also new series producer of the year. So welcome, everybody.
Thank you.
Karen, I left off half of your kudos.
My kudos are such that I work at the Experience Goods home furnishing store. And we just celebrated our 2nd anniversary, so that's a great place to be.
That's really
great. The sister store to the Flat Street store, which is Experience Goods. They started out, I don't know, several years ago. And it's a great place. Find all kinds of treasures there.
Well, I think all of us love
Yes.
it, and we love to go there. That's for sure. So tell me a little, before we get into the actual event, tell us a little bit about hospice.
Well, our hospice is a non-medical facility, and we service free service to death and dying, and to support people who have someone in their family who has passed on. And we have volunteers. It's all volunteers. We do have a staff, and we have our office on Canal Street. And it is a wonderful, wonderful organization. And the importance of the stores, the Experience Goods stores, is the fact that they provide 65% of the funding that keeps the operating costs going and provides the free service.
How many volunteers are there for hospice?
Oh goodness, many, many, and people are taking the course continuously. I don't have numbers, I'm sorry to say, because it's ever growing, and we're very fortunate to have so many dedicated people who want to be part of it.
Yeah, well, we've used hospice in our family, and it was absolutely wonderful.
I think it's touched upon most every family.
Right. Yeah. And hospice raises its money through the stores, and then how else?
Oh, certainly grants and funding.
Annual funds,
right.
Appeals. Annual appeals twice a year.
And you used to do a gospel fest, and now I hear that there's something new on the horizon that relates to fashion.
Right. It is going to happen on November 19th, and it's Wild Night on the Catwalk.
Whoa.
And it's also has a wonderful phrase, compassion for fashion, which Lynn came up with, which is grand. And it is going to be at the Michael S. Currier Center in the Putney School, Putney School. And we have 10 designers that came into the Flat Street store and the LA Street store, and we've been compiling things for close to a year. And
now, let me take you back a second.
Oh, yes.
We're talking about fashion. Here we are in Vermont. Most of us wear fleece every day and flannel. Now, haute couture, I mean, is this really going to happen?
It's going to happen. We have these 10 designers have come into the store and
now, where did you find those designers?
Those designers were found by a young woman who has since moved to California, but she's coming back for the event, who is on a website called Model Mayhem, which addresses the models and designers and anybody interested in fashion. And she put the call out, and these designers came along, and also some people that were known. And they came into the store and just took things that they had a vision. And with that vision, they have created some wonderful, wonderful outfits. And we have 23 models, so there are 23 outfits, and it should be a wonderful, wonderful event. We're very excited about it. And Patty and Lynn and I are on the committee. And Deshay is part of the show as well. She's going to be our red carpet announcer.
I hear there's a very Vermont red carpet. Yes. Tell me about the red carpet.
Oh, the red carpet, where we got the red carpet from? The red carpet are a series of red carpets from Lawton Cleaners.
Well, we have to be a little practical.
That's
Come
right.
on. We're going to be over the top on everything else. If the only thing we're practical on is the carpet walking in,
That's right.
then we're going to do fine.
That's right. And Deshay, I understand you're going to be talking to people as they come in about what they're wearing.
Yeah.
And tell us about that.
Well, I think it's going to be really fun because the idea is that we create this feeling of entering into this special space, this special event, and so people will be dressed up, right? So everybody's going to wear their best clothes and get funky, and so as they come in, I'll interview them. What are you wearing, and where did you get it, and tell me about your outfit, and just kind of build some hype about that. So I'm really excited. I think it's going to be fun, and I can't wait to see what everybody's wearing.
That'll be terrific.
Well, and I think it's important to realize that with the tag of compassion for fashion, it's not just what's on the runway. It's everybody who attends, and there's no right or wrong. I think what we need is for people to just have a wild time that night and to wear something that they've always dreamed of wearing and yet never really had the opportunity to put it on. So we're hoping that people will be wild and that they will, and perhaps even go to the experience goods stores and to find something that will be there on both levels, not only worn, but also reworn.
That's a terrific idea.
Yeah.
The whole idea of repurposing is very Vermont. Even maybe high fashion may not be, but the whole concept of repurposing.
Definitely.
And I think, now tell me, Deshay and anyone, in terms of shopping at the thrift stores, what's that like? Who's coming into the stores? What are they getting? Why are they doing it?
I think it covers many ages, many different walks of life. It's the thrill of the find. And, you find something that is sensational. And, just because someone else is passing it on, you are very excited about finding it. And it's unique. And as we have read, many of the stars, if you want to call them that, are doing the same thing, wearing vintage dresses or finding things in thrift shops, because it's different than going into a store and just finding it on the rack. And you're finding 5 of them, and this is something you're finding one unique item. So.
I think you once told me some of the labels of some of the designers that you get in the store.
I think there's just, just everything from, very high end to the favorite stores that everyone has. So, the Banana Republic, the Gaps and everything, but also just,
And Taylor and Talbot.
But Armani and, I could go on, I'm blanking out, but, there's just very, very high end. All the stores that are in, the high-end stores that are in Manchester are in our store as well. So I think
Local shopping.
Right. I think one time I said that the Flat Street store is the Neiman Marcus of Brattleboro.
Oh, there you go.
Well, I was just going to tell a little story about that. So since I moved to Brattleboro, I've always gone to Experience Goods because I like to shop in lots of different places, but it's really sort of my favorite store, one of my favorite stores in Brattleboro, to buy clothes, because you can find unique things. In a tiny town, you can find really cool things. But my best friend is from Santa Barbara, California, where you have everything you can imagine for shopping. And she came to visit me recently, and she said, I can't wait to go to Experience Goods because it's so affordable and I can find so many cool things to take back to California. So, it's a cool place to shop for everybody.
That's terrific.
And may I also say, the prices are very different than the stores you find. Right, presently we have in our store a brand new pair of the most gorgeous black patent leather Cole Haan shoes that probably retail for $200 or more, and they are priced at $35.
Wow.
So you couldn't ask for a better price point.
That's terrific. So let's go back to the event a little bit. I understand there's also going to be a not-so-silent auction.
Yes.
Yes, there is. And Patty, do you want to say a little bit about it? Okay. We have it divided into 4 categories, or 4 destinations, because we have a beautiful house in Florida, a place in Tuscany, a lovely Boston apartment, and a wonderful New York apartment, which you can get at Fashion Week if you'd like. And then we have many, many wonderful items that were donated to us from various artists and various stores, and we're working those items around the destinations. And then to add a little bit more to it, we have some actors that are going to be with each one of the categories. And for Italy, someone is going to look like some wonderful Italian, and the New York and the Boston and the Florida will all, be dressed and into the area that they're
Character.
representing, and it's going to be great fun. And
I hear there are also Boston Red Sox tickets.
the Boston
and-
Red Sox
yeah.
tickets and New York
New York
Patriots.
No,
New England Patriots. Oh my goodness, that's because we're not the sports
Right.
people. That's why.
Boston Patriots.
New England
Tickets.
Patriots, and some really wonderful, fabulous things that we've been fortunate enough to get, and so we're excited.
But
And
again,
what-
I think that this whole not silent auction or unsilent auction is just another piece of the excitement for the evening, because I think there'll just be just a little bit more diversity.
The party of the decade.
The party.
Party of the
it's
decade.
never been done in Brattleboro, and
Or
it's-
probably Vermont.
or in Vermont, so it's really over the top.
Yeah. Now there must be food.
There is food.
Lots of food. Lots of food.
Patty's been
We're-
part
And
of
I
the
think-
food.
Different organizations are going to be providing the food. There'll be everything from...
And caterers.
And caterers, right. Everything from hors d'oeuvre type of food to desserts.
And the junior Iron Chefs are coming?
Yes, the
What are they
junior
doing?
Iron Chefs from Whitingham School with Lonnie will be there, and they will be providing more on the end of a hors d'oeuvre than
Fantastic.
a dessert.
So everybody's getting into the game.
There's diversity even from the food aspect of what's
That's
going to be
terrific.
there that night.
That's great. And how do people get tickets?
Well, the tickets are available on our website, compassionforfashion.org, which is a great website that was
Yes,
put
check
together
it out.
by Peter,
Yeah, Peter Welch.
Peter Welch,
Yes.
and Tim Matheson had part in it as well. And we have the McGallery Walk this coming
Friday.
Friday. We're going to be having tickets available. They're also available at the Hospice office. And you can talk to any board member, because we have tickets as well.
We have tickets to sell.
And I think you're going to be at Gallery Walk on Friday.
Right,
which-
Gallery Walk. And the tickets are $35 a piece for standing room only, and $50 a piece if you want a front row or three rows. I think there's 3 rows of seats right at the
On the
runway.
catwalk.
Right on the catwalk. So, and whether you're standing or sitting, you're going to have a wonderful show that you're going to see. And
So tell me a little bit about, so you're going to walk in, and what's going to happen? What do you see? After the red carpet.
After the red
There's a
carpet.
tent.
Yeah.
There's a
Big
tent,
tent.
and you're going to walk in, and right in front of you will be this wonderful FIT exhibit that was shown at the Shelburne Museum in Burlington, in Shelburne actually. And they were kind enough to let us use one of the exhibits, which is this beautiful, beautiful skirt with this lovely top, and it's really quite a sensational piece of beautiful fashion that we have. And then there'll be some models, I should say pedestals, that are going to be, I think there's 5 or 6 of them, that have the theme of Dr. Zhivago, and showing how the store, the Flat Street store and the Elliott Street store, you can put together these outfits strictly from the store, and they're absolutely glorious. So
that's
you'll see that,
great.
and then we'll have the food stations, and
And they'll be laced throughout
right.
the whole area.
Right.
You know,
And the
they'll be-
Currier Center is quite spectacular, I think.
It's very
It is,
unique building, very, very unique, and it's going to be sensational. Everyone
And so
has to
there's
come and
really
experience.
a runway?
There is a runway. The runway, kind enough, John Brunel, Brunel Builders, is building the runway for us, and it was
65 feet, I
65
believe.
feet, and it forms a T. So there's certainly enough room for those models to really vamp their styles, and so it's going to be a grand affair. We're very excited
And
about it.
some of the models will be first-time.
First-time models, and they have to learn to walk.
So that'll be exciting.
It'll be
There'll
very
be a
exciting.
dress rehearsal.
Yeah,
Dress rehearsal the night
rehearsal.
before. And the designers, some designers are doing one look, and some are doing as many as 3 designs. And we have 2 designers from Hanover, we have some from New Hampshire, some local. We even have a board member who is never designed
providing.
anything before, and she's very excited about the event, and she's always dreamed of doing something like this, and she's creating a design for us.
That's fantastic. I hear there's a stonemason also as a designer.
Yes, there is.
One male?
He's knitting a dress out of cording, I believe. And it's amazing. We also have a design by Chris McDermott, who is rug hooker. She hooks rugs, braids rugs, very renowned in her field. She writes books, and she dyed the silks and to make this dress, and it's amazing. So we have a real range of styles and designs. So it's very
Now,
exciting.
who is putting all of this together? I mean, this is a major undertaking.
Let's take our hands.
The committee, part of the committee. Part of the
Team
committee who...
Decor.
Team Decor, which...
Tell me about Team Decor.
Well, I feel like I'm doing all the talking. I'm
Well,
sorry.
you're doing a fine job.
Well, just stepping back a little bit, Chris McDermott, who was on the board at the time, and I talked. She started Experience Goods along with someone else years ago, and we talked about promoting the stores and having a fashion show, and it was going to be on a very small scale. It was going to be at the New England Youth Theater, and maybe 100 people, maybe less, and then
It was going to be a nice fundraiser.
it's going to be a
Nice
nice fundraiser, right? And I am fortunate enough to have two good friends. I have many good friends, but two friends who we've done some events together, and we somehow got this name of Team Decor, the three of us. And I spoke to the two of them, and they signed on, and along came Lynn, and came Patty, and Kate DeShay, and many others. And Tim Matheson, who is co-chairing it, is a dynamo. He is just
Abundant
incredible.
energy.
Yeah.
And very well organized.
And
Yes.
so technical savvy. It's just amazing. And and Betty Abrams, who is the most organized person and a taskmaster,
Yes.
and she's
Yes.
incredible. I mean, I could name everybody, and I don't know whether
I'd like
No,
to
that's
say
great.
that in my fundraising career, we have done bake sales and just different events on a very small scale. And it has been a doctorate degree in being part of this committee and watching the talents of each board member, which are all very different, but yet when you put them together, they just work upon each other so beautifully, and they accomplish so much that at many meetings I sit there in awe and just am amazed at how they are able. I mean, I've been there now, we've been doing this since the beginning of the year, and I watch as the meetings increase in number and the time between the meetings gets shorter as the event grows closer, and just how the excitement. When I leave a meeting, I mean, I'm ready to go get dressed and start waiting. It feels like, it feels like you're waiting for Christmas or some big event, and it is going to be spectacular.
it's going to be great.
That's
And
great.
may I just say, my Team Decor is, Priscilla Cotton and Mark Malloy, and we initiated some new members, and Lynn being one and Tim being one. So it's just very exciting.
And Team Decor was responsible for putting together the 175th anniversary of the Brattleboro Retreat.
Along with many
Along
helpers.
with many helpers,
helpers.
but and also
Every organization needs, every event needs an engine to pull the train apart, and that's, I look at Team Decor as the engine.
Yeah.
But,
and you used to do show houses, right? For the
Right,
Brattleboro
back in the
Hospital?
90s. Priscilla started as the chair, and then we, worked together, mostly the same group, and did the Christmas Show House, which was a fundraiser for the hospital, but put together by the auxiliary, and it was really great fun. And, we just like to just keep getting ourselves busy and doing all kinds of projects.
Yeah.
I think it's really important when you're doing fundraisers these days or events, is that you provide something for the people who are looking to donate to the organizations. And this just really meets everything. It's going to provide tremendous financial resource for Brattleboro Hospice, which I'm sure many people know we were greatly affected by Hurricane Irene, that the Experience Goods store on Flat Street was totally wiped out by the storm, and therefore a lot of our daily resource, financial support, was lost. So, I mean, every fundraiser is important, but I think ours is especially important this year because of the financial problems that have arisen from the hurricane. And we know many people were affected by it.
Yes.
But,
So this really comes at a critical
very
time.
critical
Most
time.
definitely.
And of course, it was not, we didn't see that when we
Right.
started,
Right.
but yet
Right.
it really
Yeah.
will be a wonderful opportunity to help to replace a lot financially that's been lost.
So in addition to ticket sales, how else is the event raising money? Are there sponsors involved?
We were fortunate enough, Patty was on the sponsorship committee back in February when we raised money through sponsorships, and that has helped greatly to put the event on. Our auction is it has sensational things. It's going to bring in, we hope, a very nice amount as well. And you know, it's it just sort of rolls along, and we're very excited. I think we're hoping that this is going to be a very successful event, and I'm
So
sure
it's a
it will
chance
be.
really for everyone to get dressed up,
Right.
to get their husbands or boyfriends or friends
That's
right.
together.
very important
Right.
to say,
Together.
Lynn, because I think I have been asked on a couple of occasions, oh, is this a ladies' night out? It doesn't mean it can't be a ladies' night out, but it also can be a couples event, you know, and more than just ladies will enjoy the evening. It will
Now,
be-
I think
Nice
one of the
date.
designers and event producers is from Boston.
Yes, and Conrad Lamar. Am I saying it
Yes,
correctly?
you are.
Right,
Conrad
right.
Lamore.
Lamore. And he is a designer, and he has put together fashion shows. And we are fortunate enough that he's going to be our stage manager of sorts, and it's very exciting. So,
And I think he works very closely with Women's Wear Daily. He's putting on Women's Wear Daily, which is a major fashion trade publication all over the country, out of New York, is celebrating their 100th anniversary.
right.
And he's putting on events, and I think, as I understand it, this event also will be a celebration of Women's Wear Dailies in their 100th anniversary year. So the after party will be, very exciting, and Conrad will be hosting that.
And the after party is going to be such great fun because we're all going to be, so full of excitement
And so dressed up.
And so
and
dressed
so
up.
wild.
And
And so wild and crazy.
I know what
Dancing.
Karen's wearing, and it's really wild.
Really?
Oh, I don't know about that, but because Karen doesn't know what she's wearing.
That's the biggest thing. What are you going to wear, and what shoes are you going to wear?
Right,
Right?
right,
Yeah.
right. And Deshay will be dressed up in something wonderful
That's
as
right.
well.
Yeah, I'm going to the Costume Ladies. I haven't been there, but I'm excited. I think they have clothes from the 20s, 30s, 40s, and all the way up to present modern clothes. So that'll be really fun. So
That'll be exciting.
Would you tell us about the fact of holding on, not buying any new clothes for a year?
Yeah,
That's a really great concept.
Yeah, we were talking about this a minute ago. That I don't know the name of this movement, but I've seen it online, and my friend Robin is doing this where you don't buy anything new for a year, and so a lot of people are buying clothes from thrift stores, like experience goods, and I think the whole reason behind it is partially, just to save money in the economy, but it's also about realizing what you have and utilizing clothes, repurposing clothes that are already there, that already exist, instead of going out, rushing out and buying. And, just to piggyback off what you said, it doesn't have to, I said, oh, I'm going to ask, what are you wearing? And you don't have to be embarrassed if it's not like Coco Chanel or whatever. It's like whatever it is that you want. Maybe
You feel comfortable,
Maybe
or-
it's a dress that you bought for your wedding, and you wore it on your honeymoon, and you haven't had a chance to wear it in Brattleboro, or maybe it's a beautiful dress that you find at a thrift store, and maybe it costs $20. It doesn't matter how much it costs or the brand; it's a matter of like how you feel in it. And I think it's a gift that people get to come to this event
Right.
because you just don't get to dress
Right.
up very often here.
And one thing I wanted to say also is if you are coming to the event and you don't know what you're going to wear, certainly you can find it at the stores. And presently, the Elliott Street store, located at 51 Elliott Street, has some incredibly gorgeous, very dressy gowns and cocktail dresses, and some can be found at the Flat Street store. So we can outfit you beautifully if
It is an evening
That's
Marcus.
great.
They even have personal
Okay,
shoppers
I love
there.
that.
Definitely.
Karen, what days do you
Wonderful.
work so we can
work on Tuesday
guarantee
and
that you
Wednesday.
will put
And
it
you're going to
together?
help us? You're going to help accessorize us as
Oh,
well?
most definitely. And accessories, too. We have, besides those Colehan shoes, we have some other wonderful shoes that have higher heels.
But again, I think it's important to restate that you do not have to wear gowns. You can wear
Right.
anything you want.
Anything.
The important
For
thing
you.
is that while there are still some tickets left, that you should hurry to buy them, because
definitely. That's
the
right.
saddest thing is that you decide the week before you want to attend and to hear that the tickets are all sold.
That's right.
So I strongly
That's right.
encourage people to buy their tickets now, because it's only just, what, 2.5 weeks
Yeah,
away?
exactly.
2.5
That's right.
weeks
So
away,
we should remind folks again,
Yeah.
it's Saturday, November 19th,
6:30.
6:30
The
at the
doors
Currier
open.
Center at the Putney School.
And
Not
it
the-
will
not
be
the
well
grammar
marked.
school.
It will be well marked.
Well marked.
How
The
to
weather
get
will
there.
be good.
Yeah. So Wild Night on the Catwalk, compassionforfashion.org. I don't know what
And-
time we have right now, but
Well,
we'll
also,
just keep going.
Tickets, checks can be made out to Brattleboro Area Hospice, because it's for the
so
organization.
people can actually go to the hospice shops,
That's right.
and/or they can go to the hospice office.
Office on Canal
They can
Street.
also go online at Brattleboro Hospice.
No, Compassion for
Compassion for
Fashion.
Fashion.
.org.
Can't
And they
do
can
it
buy
the other way?
tickets, right?
Oh, yes,
Okay.
and also, and when we are at Gallery Walk on Friday, we will also, you will be able to use your credit card to buy the tickets.
Okay.
We will be equipped for that.
And
Um,
online, you can buy it through PayPal. Is it-
Exactly,
Yes.
right.
Yes.
So we're trying to make it very easy
Okay.
for you to buy those tickets.
Yes.
Right. So
And of course
everybody
you
should
can
tell
call
all
us.
their friends
Yeah.
and get together and come on out.
Yeah.
Yeah, carpool.
Carpool.
Right, carpool, yes,
Carpool.
definitely.
Yeah.
But it's going to be...
One thing we haven't talked about is the whole recycling aesthetic, and how really shopping at a hospice shop is really good for the environment.
Most definitely, yes.
Because
And,
there are tons of clothes in the landfills,
mhm.
and the whole...
And we're saving them.
And you're saving them.
We're
That's
saving
right.
them.
That's right.
And there's something for everybody. And, you know, most thrift stores are just very exciting to go to, because you don't know what you're going to find. But certainly ours, you know, we have the Flat Street store and the Elliott Street store. So, you know, you can find just about whatever you want, right, Deshay?
Yeah, yeah, you can. I go there all the time.
Exactly.
I
And
bring
that's
my
the other
daughter.
thing. You
The
have
other
to
thing.
go. You have to go very frequently.
You have
to go a
because
lot.
it's
You never know.
ever-changing.
Yeah.
We're very fortunate to have many donations, and the staff is constantly working to get new things out daily. And so there are people that frequent the store a couple times a week, and you know, so you really need to be there to find those wonderful
And
finds.
is it all ages that are coming into the
Most,
store?
yes, definitely. We have, you know, small children's to adults, men and women's, and
you have home furnishings
we
as
have
well?
home furnishings. I'm sorry, I'm
Elliott
so into
Street.
fashion.
I
I'm
know.
just not talking about that. The Elliott Street store it's called Home Furnishings. So we have some wonderful furniture and accessories, housewares, linens, jewelry. Jewelry is just so sought after. It's just
Beautiful.
fabulous. So
Well, and also we have to realize that the reason you can find things is because wonderful people donate things. And we encourage people, now that the season is changing, to go through their clothes as they're bringing out their winter clothes and see things that perhaps they haven't worn in their winter wardrobe, and to bring them to the shop and to donate them, because we can always use them.
we have a wonderful community that is so supportive, you know, with their donations, and we're hoping that they're going to be as supportive coming to the event.
Yeah, so nice.
We promise you will have a fabulous time and make lots of memories. And see sensational fashions.
That's right.
Yeah.
So let's review one more time. The event is Saturday, November 19th, at the Putney School, the Currier, the Michael S. Currier Center. Tickets are available at compassionforfashion.org. Tickets are $35, standing room only. $50 if you want a seat right on the runway, which is a good idea.
Yeah.
It's going to be a fantastic event, not so silent auction of some wonderful stays in Italy, New York, Boston, and Florida. Actually on a golf resort, I believe.
Exactly.
Correct?
I've been there. It's lovely.
Yeah, that'll be fabulous. Get dressed up or get dressed any way you feel comfortable, and get your friends, get your husband, get your boyfriend, and come on out, because it's going to be fabulous, and it's for a terrific cause, and they really need your help now more than ever.
That
I'm
might be
interested
a
in
cool
what you're
place to-
wearing right now.
Oh.
Tell us about what you're wearing.
Well, let me see. What am I wearing? Well, so that's why I like the hospice, because you can get different things and mix and match. So I didn't get this dress at the hospice, but I could have very well got this dress at the hospice. I got it at a clothing swap, which is fun when we all get together and swap things, and then whatever we decide that we need to we take to the hospice, and then we pick it up, and it goes back and forth. But so I got this dress at a clothing swap, and I think I got this from Anthropology, which is one of my favorite stores, and I like to mix and match new clothes and thrift clothes, and yeah.
And I like your feathers.
Oh yeah, feathers. I love feathers. Rachel Brooks is an artist in town, and she makes these beautiful feather earrings, and Altiplano downtown also sells these really cool feather earrings.